to my channel if you're new here. My name's Shelly. I am a 6th grade teacher in Northern California, and welcome back to another video in my new school year series. As you can tell by the title of the video, today we are talking about any and everything first day of school. So this is really going to apply to any of my brand new teachers and you're thinking about the first day and you're overwhelmed and you're anxious, especially in the world that we are in today. We don't know if we're going back online. We don't know if we're going to be in the classroom. So there's a lot of things happening on top of the anxiety of just the first day of school. So I'm here today with some very specific activities and ideas for you to implement on your first day of school. Now, all of these things that I'm going to be sharing with you today, I have either used when I taught 3rd grade or I've used in 6th grade. Some do work better for younger kids versus older kids. So hopefully no matter what grade level you teach, you'll be able to find something in this video that you'll be able to use in your own classroom. So if you're looking for some ideas on what to do on the first day of school, go ahead and keep on watching. But before you do, go subscribe, hit the like button so more teachers can see this video. All right, so the first day of school is such a whirlwind, especially if it's your very first year teaching. There are a lot of different philosophies on what you should be doing on the first day of school. A lot of teachers think that you need to hit routines hard on day one and spend the whole day working on routines. And then some teachers say, don't even touch routines on day one, just use it as like an ice-breaking day. And then there's teachers that are somewhere in the middle. So no matter where you are, you know you better than I do or anyone else, so you're gonna have to do what's best for you and for your kids. I'm not going to be sharing with you today any of the routine side of things. Today I'm gonna be sharing with you like specific activities and things that you can have your kids do on the first day, and to be honest, like the first week of school. In addition to that, I'm not really gonna be giving you like read aloud ideas. I do think read alouds are something really powerful to do on the first day of school to kind of set the tone and to ease kids' nerves. Read alouds are always a good option. I'm not gonna dive into read alouds so much today, but hopefully some of these other activities will be useful to you. Okay, I'm gonna stop rambling. Side note, I'm on a new camera today and I'm used to looking at myself when I film. So if you catch me not looking at you, I apologize. I'm getting used to it. This first idea I have for you is something that I've used every single year that I've taught, and I will continue to do it probably until I think of something better to do. But I love this because it really gives me a sense of what the kids need from me. So when the kids come in, I usually have directions on the board, and one of those things is on a sticky note that I've placed on their desk, please write one thing you like in a teacher. Now, obviously your answers are gonna range depending on the grade that you teach. Like in 3rd grade, I just got a lot of like, no homework and things like that. Where in 6th grade, they were a little more in depth, like someone who doesn't call on me when I don't raise my hand. I have them write something down and then I have them write their student number on it so they don't feel embarrassed by writing their name, and then they come stick it on a poster board that I have up front. I don't really even look at this until recess. I don't really go through them with the kids. It's just something solely for me. And then I take notes on things that I'm learning about the kids literally within the first minutes of them walking in the room. Another thing I have on their desks on the first day of school is just like a general student survey. And this is anything from like, you know, your favorite color, how many siblings you have, all those types of things. But in addition, I have like, how do you learn best? Where do you like to sit? Things that are gonna give me more information about them as learners. And again, it's something for them to immediately do when they walk in. And it gives me a lot of information moving forward throughout the year. These are really good because you can also add any sort of fun things to make it more exciting for them. I don't have one to share with you right now because I change it every year. This is something that you can just go on Word and create on your own, or I will make sure to link down below how to create your own resources. I have a whole video on creating your own resources. So any of the ideas that I shared with you today, that might be a good video for you to go check out and figure out how you can create some of these on your own to kind of really tailor them to your own needs. So that's the first thing I do when the kids walk in. Like I said, I will probably do this forever. So another thing that I really like to do on the first day of school is kind of like a quiz, get to know the teacher type of activity. I'm gonna try and link mine that I created last year on the screen somewhere here, and I will click through it. So essentially I just have a question about me with multiple choice answers. It's kind of like a Kahoot, if you will, but I just have the kids raise their hand so I can see who's answering what. And they guess the answer, and then I will share with them the final answer. So as you can see here, I just have like basic questions about me, and then I just added some Bitmojis that I thought were pretty funny. So this is just a good way to break the ice. The kids come in nervous, they don't know anything about you. So I like to start kind of right away with this little activity to kind of just ease the tension in the room, if you will. I think last year after I did this little slideshow thing, I had some extra time and I was like, ooh, so we just played 21 questions and I was like, all right, ask me 21 questions. You can ask me anything you want as long as it's school appropriate. That's a really good way to fill time on the first day of school if you're like, oh my God, I have a 5-minute gap and I don't know what to do here. Worst feeling in the world, especially as a new teacher. So on that note, for your first day of school, really map out what you're gonna be doing at all times. It just makes the day go that much smoother. Okay, moving on. So maybe I lied. I do kind of want to talk about routines a little bit because I do incorporate some routine type conversations on the first day of school. I've found that it's really hard for me to avoid them. However, it gets really boring and redundant for you to just sit there and be like, this is how we sharpen a pencil. This is how we sit in a chair. I've learned throughout my first few years that in order to make this just a little bit more exciting, even in 6th grade this works, I'll say, can somebody show me how to not sit in a chair? So I'll have my wobble stool and the kids will come up and like try and stand on it, or they'll like lay on their belly, right? So it's just more fun for them. And then we talk about all the things they're doing wrong, and then the routine becomes, don't do that, right? And so this could work for, show me how to not line up. Show me what not raising a quiet hand looks like, you know? So it's just something that you can do to make it a little less boring and monotone for those kiddos. Something else I really like to do on the first day of school is a little bit geared towards the older kids. You could try it with the younger kids. I just have found that the older kids are a little more in tune with themselves to be able to give me information that's helpful. So the activity is something I wish my teacher knew. So I actually have a jar on my desk all year long that says something I want my teacher to know or something like that. And basically I give the kids a slip and I say, I want you to write at least one thing that you think I need to know about you. And I give a couple examples, but the kids really kind of run with this. Like I've had kids just say, I have a dog, or I have kids saying, these are my best friends, or I have kids really open up and tell me about their family and things that are really important for me to know moving forward. And that way, they don't really know me yet, obviously, but I'm introducing them a way to safely communicate really important things with me. And then this sits on my desk all year long, so if a kid's having a hard time or there's something that they really need me to know, but they don't feel comfortable talking to me face to face about it, they can put it in the little jar. Once I see it in there, I will read it, and then depending on what they write, I will handle a situation that way. So I like to do that on the first day of school because I have found that kids will generally write a lot. If they write like 3 words and like, I'm done, I'll either say, okay, try and give me 5 things, or I'll just say, flip it over and draw a picture of what you did over the summer, or something like that. This doesn't take a lot of time, but I do love to do this on the first day of school. Again, it's just another thing to try and start building that relationship early on and getting to know those kids. All right, this next activity was probably my favorite activity that I did last year. I didn't do this on the first day of school last year. I did it on the first day of our science rotations because I was getting all of my kids. I'm not sure where I'm gonna place this activity in this upcoming school year, but I wanna offer you the idea because I think it would work in any grade level. I got this idea from a teacher on Instagram and I can't remember who it was. I wanna say maybe Maniacs in the Middle. It's not my idea, I just kind of tweaked it. So basically what it is I give the kids a piece of paper and I say, I want you to go around the room. You can open up cabinets, you can open up drawers, you can look in bins. You can pretty much go anywhere except for my teacher space and open up anything respectfully. And based on what you find, I want you to make observations about who you think I am. What kind of teacher do you think I am? What kind of person do you think I am? You're gonna be making predictions about me and about 6th grade, about the school year, based on what you see. So actually, now that I think about it, I think I had predictions about me, and then predictions about the school year. So things you think we're gonna learn, things you think we're gonna be doing, and then things that you're gonna predict about me. And oh my gosh, this was so much fun because afterwards, I gave them like 10 minutes, I played music, they walked around the room, I told them they could talk to each other as long as they were on task. They're opening cabinets, they're looking in drawers, and afterwards, I had kids share out and everyone was like, I wanna share who I think you are and what we're gonna do. And so they would just say ideas and I would just write them all on chart paper, and to step back and look at it, it was really, really, really cool. And then I was just kind of like, well, I guess we'll see how the year plays out. And I just kind of left it open-ended, which was so cool. So you're giving them a glimpse into the year, but you're not spelling it out for them, you know what I mean? So it kind of gives a level of excitement, and all the kids were engaged and participating, and it was awesome. As soon as you tell a kid they can open up drawers and open cabinets, they're like, I'm in. So again, if you have the younger kids, you might need to spend some more time talking about how to do that respectfully, but I love this, and I will probably continue to do this for years to come. This next activity is one for the kids. I love this, and you can really tweak this to fit you, your kids, their needs. And this is classroom Jenga. If you've been here for a while, you've already seen it on my channel, you've seen my kids have played it, and I love this activity. I've used it for math, I've used it for science, and I used it on the first day of school as like an icebreaker for the kids. So basically, you're gonna get yourself some Jenga sets. The Dollar Tree has the mini ones, which is personally what I use because they're $1. I think I have like 15 of them now. And on the blocks, you're gonna color so many blocks, red, orange, purple, whatever. And then you're going to give a group of kids a sheet, and each block they pull is going to correspond to a certain question that they're gonna have to answer. So I put kids in groups of like 3 or 4, I think, and they're playing Jenga and they're pulling blocks, and as they pull a block, they're asking a question. Really make sure you check out my how to create a resource, because you're gonna have to tailor the questions again to your kids. I've done things from like, what did you do this summer, to like, would you rather questions. Those are the really fun ones that get the kids talking. And then they're playing Jenga, which is so fun. And then it falls, and then I have them rotate. I'm like, whenever it falls, you need to find a new partner or a new group. So this gets the kids interacting with each other. Everyone's nervous on the first day of school. Maybe they're new, maybe they don't have friends. So this is a really good icebreaker activity that I love to do with my kids. So if you have questions about it, leave them down below and I will try and answer them. It's pretty straightforward. And once you have the materials, you have them for years to come. So like this year, if we're in school, I will just print out my sheet, boom, activity ready for the first day of school. So in the realm of icebreakers, I don't want to go too in-depth, because you could quite honestly go to Teachers Pay Teachers and type in first day of school icebreakers and have a million things. So there's your tip. Go to Teachers Pay Teachers and look up icebreakers. I really like to do the classroom scavenger hunts. Another really good way to get the kids talking and interacting with each other. Now, obviously, if we are teaching virtually, or even in the classroom, Jenga might be hard unless the kids are wearing gloves, etc., etc. So maybe we'll do a class Jenga set. Now my wheels are turning. Anyway, but these like classroom scavenger hunts, those things can be done virtually through Google Classroom or whatnot. So there are a lot of options moving forward if we go virtual, as far as icebreakers go, that you can do on the first day of school. So the last idea I'm going to give you is actually something I did on my last day. I was obviously on maternity leave, so it wasn't the kids' last day, but I would have done this if it was the last day of school. But this was my first year doing it, and I thought this would be something really good to do for the first day of school, because the kids are really having to think outside the box and work together. So that is like minute to win it type STEM activities. So the way I rolled it out last year was I had stations with supplies set out, so like popsicle sticks, clothespins, etc., etc., and I gave them some sort of a task. For example, one of them was take this expo marker and try and get it as close to the ground by hanging it off a desk as you possibly can. I had them building like little bridges to hold a certain amount of books. So just like little STEM activities that are super easy, low prep, you just need the materials. And again, I did this on the last day of school and the kids loved it and I loved it, and I thought it'd be a really good thing to implement day one, because the kids are collaborating and they're already using those brain muscles that have been sleeping for the last 10 weeks over summer. So I'm really excited to implement these, depending on how our year goes, at some point in the year. But if you are going back full time, this is something that you could use. I feel like I could keep going, but I'm going to end this video here. I hope that you got some good ideas. Remember that you can always take these things and tweak them, change things up, just make sure that they fit you and your kids. I know our first day of school is a little bit unknown right now. Some of us are going back hybrid, some of us are going back full-time, online, we don't really know. So whether this is going to be helpful for you this year or years to come, I really hope that you got some ideas from this video that you can use throughout your school years. If you have other first day of school activities that are like tried and true that you love, go ahead and leave them down below so others can read them and get some ideas, so I can get some new ideas, because I am always looking for new activities to do in my classroom. Also, in the comments below, can you let us know how at this point in time your district is having you go back to school? I'm just really curious about what's going on in other parts of the country, or the world, I suppose. So that's it for you guys today. I love you so much. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.